Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And it looked like lightning may have struck twice because we have another Bring Arts figure that's not trash. Now, she's not perfect. She's not as good as Red 13, but she's not trash. She's not Cloud. She's not Barrett. I didn't get Sephiroth shipped yet, but I've heard he's trash. She's pretty good. Again, I'm going to emphasize this every single time I do a review on one of these Bring Arts Final Fantasy figures. They are not worth the money they're charging. Point blank. They are not worth the money they're charging. And not only that, I do want to bring this up. Not only that, but they have the nerve to constantly reissue these things, so the value never goes up. Like, they're constantly reissuing. Now, I'm not a reseller, but I do like to check the value of my figures sometimes. And when they are when they're quite a bit higher than what I paid for them, I like to see that. It brings a smile to my face. You know, it gives me, hey, you know what? If I'm down and out one day, maybe I can sell a few things, pick myself up off the ground, you know? But if you keep reissuing shit, the value never goes up. Now, I'm saying that as a person that complains about scalpers all the time. But a scalper isn't someone that is a collector that sells their collection because they need the money. Scalpers are dickheads that buy out rare figures and then jump on eBay and jack the price up 3 times because they know they basically emptied the market and you can only get them from them. So those are scalpers. Fuck them. But anyway, let's take a better. I had a figure fall. I'll be right back. Let me tell you something. Any of you that are collectors and reviewers know the pain of being a collector and a reviewer, because you are constantly having to pull from your collection to do comparisons. And I see why there are probably reviewers that don't do comparisons, because, or at least only do comparisons to the figures that are available to them at the moment. Because going back through your collection and trying to like do one of those little games called where you got the little crane arm that comes down and you try to pick up something, and the crane arm is the hand that doesn't ever close all the way and it's weaker. Seems like it gets weaker as it goes up. Those little games, you're trying to do that with your figures, and you're trying to gently just pick them up out of their spot, not knock anything over, and bam, domino effect. Anyway, so yeah, she looks really good. Again, I'm going to reiterate, not worth $95 or $129, but she looks really, really good. I forget what this is exactly from. People were trying to tell, they didn't look like this in the video game. They were way more pixelated in the video game. This has to be either a remake or like a updated version of the old video game, because they didn't look like this. They were the pixelated ones, the really sharp edges and stuff. So is this from a cartoon, or is this from a different version of Final Fantasy VII? Maybe. I don't know about these guys, because they didn't look like this. They didn't look this good in the video game. So that's all I'm saying. Maybe, kinda, sorta in the cutscenes, but even then, it was the original PlayStation. The cutscenes were trash too. They were amazing at the time when they came out, but they're trash nowadays. So this looks like something that would be on like a Dragon Quest video game. That's what these guys look like. At least that's what this animation looks like. All right, anyway, I'm rambling, but yeah, she looks good. Let's get a closer look at her. Very nicely painted. The face is nicely done. Her little helmet, her little Konoha helmet. Is she a Leaf Ninja? She is a ninja though, so that's kind of funny. Love the little shoulder pad here. That looks really good. Her shirt looks nicely painted. I love the design here. Like I think this is this supposed to be like fishnet? I'm not sure, but they did a really good job on it. It looks really good. Painting that is super difficult. So nicely painted here on this arm. This arm looks really nicely painted as well. The shorts look really good. We got the straps going down here on this leg. Those are painted really nicely. Again, we got the fishnet style design here. Her socks look nicely painted. Like the painting on here is really good. Really good. I do appreciate that. Even her little belt buckles here look good for her little chest piece. Or torso piece, I guess you could say. You got the pocket sculpted. All the sculpt is really nice. The lines and stuff in her tube socks, I guess, kind of, sort of. No shading really anywhere. It would have been nice to have some shading. Not even in the pants. I don't see any in the pants anyway. It would have been nice to have some shading on this chick. But even on the back is a little rough. That white paint is a little rough there. We do have like a darker green going into a lighter green on her little bandana here. I guess you can call this a bandana. Because it looks like one of the Ninja Turtles bandanas. I'm not sure what that, I don't know if that has a specific name or not. Decently painted here with this orange Naruto symbol. Kind of, I guess it's a yin and yang, right? Little rivets in her shoulder pads, and she has like little damage and cracks and stuff in it. She looks really good. If they do anything right, the aesthetic of these figures are always top notch. Always top notch. Even the sculpting of the wrinkles and stuff, and how her pants are a little bit open. I really like that. Then like this inside arm, they actually have the arm sculpted in there. Would have been nicer if it was just hollowed out and had an arm in there, but I guess that would have been too much for them to do for $95 to $129. Huh. Guess so. They're giving me Buzz Mod vibes right now. Except Buzz Mods give you way more stuff. But anyway, that is it for the aesthetic. She looks good. I like the way she looks. I even like the contrast of colors on her. She looks really good. Anyway, let's move on to the accessories. So like many places, they give you a rack of her hands, and I like that. So we got a weapon holding hand there. We kind of got just kind of a posing hand there, fist hand, and then another fist hand. And really the only thing that has extra detail is that right arm of hers. But yeah, she gets 4 hands. That's all the hands she gets. She does come with an extra face, which is nice. She comes with a nice smiling face, so I do like that. I do like that a lot. That looks really good. And then she comes with her ninja. I don't remember what this is called, but I would just call it a boomerang. But it is painted. You can see the green little dots there, and I think the whole thing is painted silver. So that looks really good. I do like the way that looks. Unfortunately, isn't that supposed to peg into her back? I could swear in the video game that pegged into her back, or at least she pulled it from her back, and they didn't give you anything for you to peg that into her back. So I'm a little disappointed in that. They gave Cloud one, and he sucks, but they didn't give her a peg for that to be stuck to her back. Let me know. Am I right about that? I believe I am. Anyway, on to articulation. She does have a ball hinge for the neck instead of a double ball peg, so that's unfortunate. She can't look up that much. She can look down decently right into her chest. Her head luckily is not falling off, but it wants to. Her face, not her head, her face. She does get some side to side, but it's not great. These arms, I'm just gonna do this arm here. Oh, this little bandana piece or whatever, it can move, it can rotate around. Now her arms are super stiff. I want you to hear this. I left this, I didn't put any shock oil on this so you guys could hear it. Oh, yeah, you hear that? These joints are super duper tight. But with this arm, she can get like a Y pose. Super duper tight. Tight going up and tight going down. You have to be really, really careful with these not to break it. Actually, I'm gonna do this off camera. All right, I got that back down. She does have somewhat of a butterfly joint there. It doesn't allow too much range, but she can kind of get a little bit of range out of that, but you're not getting a whole lot. The toughness and tightness is the same on this arm. It just doesn't go up as high as you would expect with the shoulder pad being in the way, but she can almost get parallel. I'm not going, you can just kind of trust me on it. I'm not going to really force it right now. And of course they do go all the way around. So that's good. The torso joint. Torso can go, we're just going to use all of it. Torso can go back that far. So that ain't too bad. Forward. She can lean forward a lot, but that's a lot of that hip joint coming in actually. Not too bad for Bring Arts. That ain't too bad. As she does have a twist at the top as well, and here at the bottom, so that's good. She does get pretty good side to side. Sometimes her leg pops off when I do that, but she gets okay side to side and it's not loose. She's not loose anywhere, and I love that. No looseness in this one so far. The splits, she's supposed to be a ninja, right? Basically full splits. That's really freaking good. Really freaking good. Look at Bring Arts finally getting their articulation to what normal figures usually are. Oh, pop that off. Going forward, pretty good there. Not too bad. Then backwards. I feel like, is this a drop down? No, it's not a drop down. Backwards, she can get backwards plenty. The thigh swivel is at the top, but there is one built in the thigh there too, right where the shorts meet the thigh. That's really good. Way over 90 degrees with that knee. That's phenomenal. Very, very good. Very, very nice. And then as far as the ankle, it can go up that far, down that far, a little squeaky in it. And I would recommend, you can't get an ankle rocker, I would recommend you take this foot off and work this ankle rocker, because initially it was super tight and I couldn't get it to work, but I was able to take the foot off and massage that ankle a little bit to get it to get a nice ankle rocker. And then we got the toe joint. So the articulation on her is good, especially it's good for a Bring Arts, because they're usually terrible. Is it the best articulation in the world? No. Is it above average? In some places, in some spots. Oh, and I forgot to say her wrists are off on a ball hinge. Forgot to mention that, on a ball hinge, but that's pretty common. Same thing with this one. This one's on a ball hinge too, the one with the little cover. But you're not going to get as much range with that one for obvious reasons. This does come off a lot. It's kind of annoying, but it's easy to put back on. So it's not that big of a deal, but it can be annoying. So you just pop it back on like so. But yeah, I like her. She is good. She's good. Anyway, let's do some comparisons. Alrighty, and here she is next to Cloud and Barrett, two trash figures. But yeah, she is a billion times better than these two. A billion times. Red 13 was 2 billion times. She's 1 billion times better than these figures. So, but she fits in with them, right? So you kind of gotta get them. But Cloud is the worst by far. Barrett, he just has super loose limbs. For as heavy as he is, his legs are way too loose. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for the price point. Nothing is acceptable for that price point with these. And here she is next to Red 13 and Fiona, the mechanic from the Hasuki line. And they look great together. Again, I don't think these are 1/6 scale. Are these supposed to be 1/6 scale? I don't know. I don't think these Bring Arts are 1/6 scale. They look a little smaller, more like, not 1/6, sorry. They're definitely not 1/6 scale. I mean, I don't think they're 1/12 scale. I don't think these are 112 scale. I think they're more like 111, 110. I don't want to say they're as small as like a Joy toy, but they seem to be in between. And I don't feel like these are 112 scale. He might be, but I don't think she's 112 scale. I know she's supposed to be little, but look how small Cloud is compared to Fiona. Like, look how much shorter he is than her. So that makes me think that these aren't really 112 scale, because she is 112 scale. Fiona is. But anyway, that's what she looks like with them. And finally, here she is next to the Buzz Mod Demon Slayer Mitsuri. And I think she should be about this height. I would argue she should be about her height, and then she would be in the 112 scale. But anyway, that's it for comparisons. Just wanted to point out real quick that I did use some shock oil on her, and she moves beautifully now. No squeaking at all on either one of these joints. That's really good. Threw some on this ankle as well, so this ankle moves nicely. Also forgot to mention that her ankles turn too, so really good for her ankle rocker. So just wanted to mention that really quick. Shock oil is the way to go, guys. I also think I didn't get. Did I get the elbows? I was slacking on the articulation, because yeah, the elbows are over 90 as well. Obviously a twist on the wrist and everything. This little one that has like the sleeve over it, you can only get about 90 with that one, unfortunately. But I just was going to do my final pose with her, and I realized, like, hold on, did I even talk about these elbows? So my bad. Okay, so my final thoughts. She's awesome. She is awesome. I am so glad that these last two reviews for these Bring Art Final Fantasy VII figures have come out to be so good. I'm waiting for disappointment. I hope I don't get it, but she is fantastic. Love the fact that I'm adding her to the Final Fantasy VII display. She's a good addition. Again, I am going to continue to reiterate, she is not worth $95 or $129. You don't get enough accessories to even kind of get close to these being worth that much money. But even with that being said, Red 13 and Yuffie are great figures. So anyway, that's it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.